So that is a Masson gain formula. Take the heading, all of you. Masson's gain formula. So in order to get the transfer function of the signal flow graph, Masson has given the one gain formula. By using this particular formula, we can find out the transfer function. Okay, so just for a few introduction things, so it is used to, you can make a note of it. So in examination, they will be asking explain Masson gain formula. So at that time, you need to write all these things. It is used to find. It is used to find overall transfer function. It is used to find overall transfer function C of S divided by R of S of SFG of signal flow graph. Okay. So how it is being used and all we'll discuss. So here, what is the advantage? Okay, advantage, you can write it. Advantage of this graph. Advantage of this graph is we can calculate transfer function. Okay, we can calculate transfer function without, here very important thing, okay, without manipulating the graph, so mathematically, so the equation has been given. Mathematically, transfer function T of S is given by C of S divided by R of S. So that is equal to summation K Pk into delta K divided by delta. So this is the formula given by the Masson in order to find the transfer function. So we'll see one by one what is the meaning of So here the main thing, one thing you need to understand is, so Masson has given the one formula. So that particular formula is been used. Okay, this particular formula is been used in order to find the transfer function. So while finding the transfer function, you need not to manipulate the graph. So like block diagram, we have some reduction techniques. So we reduce the block diagram and we found out the transfer function. Okay, finally a single block and the transfer function we found out. But here in the case, we need not to transform anything. So just we can do like by using the formula, we can achieve the thing. Okay. So what is that particular formula? This is the T of S is equal to C of S divided by R of S, that is equal to summation K Pk delta K divided by delta. So what is this Pk? What is this thing and all we will discuss. Write down where Pk is standing for gain of the kth forward path. Gain of kth forward path between R of S and C C of S. So here what exactly happen if okay, first let me complete the all parameter, then I will explain the scenario. This is the meaning of pk. Pk is the gain of kth forward path between R of S and C of S. So delta implies determinant of the graph, determinant of the graph So when you're talking about determinant of the graph, so how to find a determinant of the graph? That is the next question. So here determinant of the graph can be found out by, so by the formula 1 minus summation of loop gains. So if all, we can say, okay, all loop, whatever, like in the given flow graph, if 4 loops are there, so all 4 loop gains we need to sum it up. So plus, okay, so here you can see the sign of 1 minus, later it is plus, alternatively it is going to change summation of non-touching loop gains taken 2 at a time. Okay, so next is what alternative sign is minus summation of non-touching loops gains taken 3 at a time plus etc. So summation of non-touching loops taken 4 at a time, like that it is keep on moving. So now the formula, when you see it, it is first thing is what the first sign is positive, next is what negative, next alternative it is positive, and then it is negative, then it is alternatively positive, negative, the keep on going. This is how we are going to find out determinant of the graph. Okay, so that is the delta. So next we have left out with only the delta k. So what is the meaning of this particular word delta k is indicating? So here delta k can be found out. Okay, so it is something like delta minus, okay, delta k will be equal to, delta k is equal to delta minus summation of loop gains, in delta that touch the kth forward path. Okay, so that means what? So now we have the value of delta. So in that particular delta, so if like for P1, okay, let us consider in this particular scenario there are 2 forward paths are there. So for 2 forward paths are there, 2 P will come and 2 delta will come. Okay, so in that particular scenario, how it happens is, okay, let me explain all these things in terms of in the numerical only. But as of now, we just understand that how the formula is looking like. Okay, so for this delta k, you can write R. Delta k can be obtained from delta by removing the loops that touch the kth forward path. That touch the kth forward path. Okay. So this is how we need to understand the formula. So this is the formula for Masson gain formula. Okay, Masson gain in order to find the signal flow graph. Okay. So let us consider now. Okay. So in this particular scenario, let us consider P stands for what? Forward path. Let us consider in the given signal flow graph like yesterday, there are two forward path. Okay, there are two forward path. So at that time, P value will taken as P1, P2. So here delta K value will also comes like delta 1, delta 2. So equation will become like summation. Okay. So here not summation will come, directly we will get P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 divided by delta. Okay. So this is how we are going to find out. So P1 gain, we know how to find out the P1, correct? So forward path, whatever the branch gains are there, we are going to take it. So path P1 gain, P2 gain and all is not a problem. So delta value. So delta value can be found out by using this particular formula. So delta K also we can find out by using this particular formula. Now, you take this particular formula. Now we will take one numerical. So there, see, we are already knowing that what is non-touching loops. Okay, how to take the non-touching loop gains and all we are already knowing. So by using that particular concept, we will find out the remaining things and we can complete the finding the transfer function of a signal flow graph without modifying the signal flow graph by using the Masson formula. So have you all taken this one? So please take down all of you. Have you all taken? If you are taken, we will go further. If you are not taken, we will wait. Shall we wait or we will continue?
Continue.
Okay, write down. First numerical we will take it. Find the transfer function C of S divided by R of S for the signal flow graph shown below. Find the transfer function C of S divided by R of S for the signal flow graph shown below. So we'll take one signal flow graph. A simple signal flow graph which is asked in the examination we'll take. So G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, and if nothing is there means what its value is 1. So direction has been given here. So in the G2 there is a feedback minus H1. For G4 branch there is a feedback minus H2 branch will come. And the next thing is what we will so in the backward direction G6, G7 and G8 are moving. and here it is minus h3 in the reverse direction, in the forward direction, but g7 is in the reverse from right to left. Okay, so please take this particular numerical, all of you. So once you are taken, please inform me. I will go for a solution. Have you all taken the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now tell me, first thing is what? The first step, okay. Solution, first step, we'll find out forward path and path gain. Forward path and path gain. Forward path and path gain. So now what is the, how many forward paths are there in the given numerical? How many forward path is there? Can anyone tell me how many forward paths are there? Forward path means what? We need to go from R to C in a straight, in a one direction. The direction should not get affected, and we should not go any node twice. So now I can say that from R I can go like this. So from G1 I can go, G2 I can go, G3 I can go, G4 I can go, G5 and 1. So this way I can go and reach the C, correct? So I can say that forward path, I can say first forward path P1 equal to, the gain is what? G1, G2, G3, G4, G5 and 1. So 1 you can neglect or else you can consider also. Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now next, is there any path is there next? So when you try to go from G1 and G8, so G8 is in reverse direction, so you cannot go, correct? So thereby, you can now, you don't have any other options to go from R1 to C, sorry, R to C, correct? So I can say that there is only one forward path and its gain is shown or given, okay? So P1 is the only one forward path in this particular numerical. In yesterday, one example we had taken, there we have two forward paths. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next, after finding the forward path, okay, so we need to find individual loops, okay. Second part of the numerical is, solution is individual loops, visual loops and loop gains, okay. So in this particular given numerical, how many loops are there? What are the loops you can find out? How many loops you can find out? Are you all there or what? Nitin, can you tell me?
G2 minus H1, sir. Loop 1.
Okay, first, fine. Next loop I will call. Nitishri, can you tell second loop? Okay, she is not there. Naragundla Sharath, can you tell the third loop, second loop?
G4 minus H2.
Okay. Manoj, HM.
Minus G3, G7, sir.
Okay. Next, Tamini Vinila. Okay. Fine. Now, if you are not responding, also fine, no problem. So I can say that the first loop, okay, I can call this as first loop, L1. So this loop equal to what? The loop gain. So I can say that G2 minus H1. So I can write that minus G2 H1, okay? Clear? So this I can call it as the second loop, L2. So this L2 is equal to what? Similarly, G4 minus G4 H2. Okay, G4 into minus H2, I can directly write that minus G4 H2. The third loop is here, G7 minus H3. So I can say that minus G7 H3. So apart from this, there is another loop also there, which is there. Okay. Can anyone tell me which is another loop? Can anyone tell me which is another loop? Okay. Fine, I will only tell you. See that. So here G2 will go from this particular node. Okay, this particular node which I'm highlighting. From here, G2 I will go. G3 I will go. G4 I will go. G5 I will go. Next I will come back. G6 I will come. G7 I will come. G8 I will come, and I will reach this particular point. Can I do this one? G2, G3, G4, G5, G6, G7, G8. So this is the another. This is the another loop. Clear? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So three individual loops. Okay, I can say that. So in the given SFG, there are 4 individual loops and their loop gains are shown above. Is there clear? Any doubt in this particular concept now? Any doubt is there?
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, how did you consider loop 4, sir?
See, what is the meaning of loop? I should start from one particular node. I should go in a direction and I should trace a path and I should come back and I should join at the same point, correct? So now you see.
Yes, sir.
So now this is the point. Okay, this is the okay. And now let us consider Mr. Avinash is this particular point. So he will go in the forward direction. So along the branch G2, he can go.
Yes, sir.
So G3 he can go.
Yes, sir.
G4 he can go.
Yes, sir.
G5 he can go.
Yes, sir.
So he can come back through the G6 because G6 is in the reverse direction. Yes or no? Which
Yes,
direction you
sir.
have taken? Okay. So if you are taken in the wrong direction, please correct it. So G6 he can come. Once he comes G6, G7 also he can come.
Yes, sir.
And through the G8 he can reach the same point.
Yes, sir.
So now I started at this particular point and I traveled and I traced a path without any break and I joined the same point, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then it is a loop.
Yes, sir.
That is why I take it.
Thank you, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now anybody is having any doubt at this particular point, you can ask me. So that one numerical, if it is clear to you, so that multiple numericals you can see, because in signal flow graph there is nothing. Only the different signal flow graph will come. We need to write all these things. That's all. We need to find the paths and the loops correctly. Okay. So now after that we have to go for another thing. Okay. So next step is here only L, right? Non-touching loops. Okay. So here non-touching loops concept we need to understand. Okay, non-touching loops. So when you are considering the non-touching loops pair, okay, so we should consider taking two at a time. Two at a time. Okay. So when we are considering the two pairs, non-touching loops pairs taken two at a time, so you compare L1 with L2. Are they touching each other? Loop 1
sir.
and loop 2, are they touching each other?
No, sir.
No, definitely not. Why? Because whatever the nodes and branches are there, those are isolated from one another. So taken two at a time, L1 and L2. Pair L1 and L2 is one pair, correct? Taken two at a time. So L1, L2 we match. L1, L3 we'll see. So L1 is here and L3 is here. Are they touching each other?
No, sir.
L1, L3 is also another pair. L1 and L3. Okay. Also another pair. So L1 and L4 we'll see. So L1 and L4 are touching each other.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why? Because L1 and L4 both are starting in the same point, correct? So those are traveling in G2 only. So they are touching each other. We cannot consider. Correct. Now we have to see L1 with comparison with all the loop. L1 with L2, L1 with L3, L1 with L4. We are checked. So now we will go to the L2. So L2 with L3 we need to check. Correct. So L2 with L3 if we check, are they touching each other?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So that is also one pair L2 and L3, correct? That is also one pair that is non-touching loop L1 and L2, L1 and L3, L2 and L3, correct? So now L2 with L4 if you see, L2, L4 are touching each other?
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course, because L4 is a bigger loop, so it is covering all the loops, correct? So now we cannot consider L4 as a non-touching, correct? So now L2 with L3 is over, L2 with L4 is also over. So now L3 with L4 is remaining. L3 with L4, are they touching each other?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it is flowing in the same path. Okay, L3 is here and L4 also comes to the G7 only, correct? So now see why we didn't check L2 with L1. Why? Because we are not going to cross in the back direction. Why? Because we already done it, correct, with L1, correct? So L1 with L2 we are done already. So we need to go up and see that L2 with L1 and all. Okay. So go in a flow. So always compare with L1 with L2, L1 with L3, L1 with L4. Fine. So then leave L1. So L2 with L3, L2 with L4, leave, check, leave it. Then L3 with L4, leave. Okay. So like that only we should go. So no need of going and checking that L2 with L1. L2 with L1 is a pair that we already taken. Okay. That is why we will not go in a reverse direction to check. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And one important thing I would like to tell you is, see, don't see the, once you write the individual loops, okay, like mark it L1, L2, L3, L4, don't see the signal flow graph directly for writing the non-touching loops. Why? Because sometimes you may miss out, okay. So any one pair, that is why it is always better to check from the loops what we are written. So if you are written here, check it out L1 with L2 so that nothing will be missed out. That is what the indication. Clear? Sometimes if you miss L1 with L3, so here what will you do? L1 with this one and this one with this one you will write. Some chances are there that this one and L2 and L3 you may miss out. So to avoid that particular confusion center, it is always better that you must always write the individual loops, and from the individual loops you write the non-touching loops. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you taken the non-touching loops, taken two at a time. Okay. So now there are, you can write that there are three pairs. So once you write these ones, you can write that there are three pairs. There are three pairs of non-touching loops taken two at a time. So now next concept is what? Three at a time we need to take. Okay. So non-touching loops taken three at a time. So is there any combination which you can see that taken three at a time? In the signal flow graph, can you see any combination is there? So L1 with L2 is
Yes,
a
sir. L1, L2, L3.
very good. L1, L2, L3. This is the combination where three loops are not touching each other. Okay. So how to see that one? L1 with L2, you see if they are not touching each other, go with L1, L2 with L3. Okay, those are all not touching each other. Clear? Anybody having any doubt here? L1 and L2 and L3. This is the pair where loops are not touching each other. Taken? Non touching loops taken three at a time. Is it clear? So the L4 is touching to all, so we cannot consider. So only one pair, you can write only one pair of non-touching loops taken three at a time. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So now after this, we'll find out the value of delta. So what is the meaning of delta? So delta means determinant of the graph. Next parameter you can write determinant of the graph. So how to find a determinant of graph? We have a formula. What is the formula? 1 minus summation sigma of all loop gains plus summation of, okay, 1 minus is already over, next is plus summation of non-touching loops taken 2 at a time minus summation of non-touching loops taken 3 at a time plus summation etc. So now we'll fill the formula. So what is that formula? 1 minus summation of all loop gains. So all loop gain means what? We need to consider L1, L2, L3, L4. Okay. So here you can say that L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 summation of all loop gain plus summation of non-touching loops taken 2 at a time. Okay. So here L1 multiplication factor we need to consider L1, L2 plus L1, L3 plus L2, L3, okay, minus L1, 3 non-touching loops are L1, L2, L3, plus nothing is there, so you can neglect this. So okay, this is the end of the formula. Is that clear to you? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Anyone else? Any doubts? So now we need to replace the values. Okay, replace the values means what? What is the value of L1? Okay, next class we'll discuss all these things. So by next class, just write the values of L1, L2 and all, complete the formula determinant, okay?